It's Sarcasm Speaks. It's Bob. Jones is over there. And this is me.
No, he's not, dude. Jones is here.
Well, I'm recording my screen, so they're going to see what I see. So Jones is there.
Right.
Bob is there. And I'm here. Welcome back.
I'm not buying your propaganda. No
way. Yeah, this is it. You know, we're playing a little fast and loose today. It's I made fajitas for dinner and had myself a nice little margarita with it too. So, you know, we'll see how this goes.
Dude, when you said fast and loose and then fajitas, I thought that meant you were gonna have to run and go shit your pants.
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna have a code brown.
We got a liquid dinner tonight here.
Yeah, I like that about you. Yeah, that was a very strong margarita. So you know that's what I mean. We'll see. I don't know if my my predilections will hold up. Is that right? Is that even the right word?
I don't even know if
predilection. Hold on. Let me ask Siri. What is a predilection?
What is he even trying to say?
I have no idea.
It's a preference or a bias towards something.
Yeah, that's definitely not what you wanted to
Yeah,
say.
it's definitely not what I wanted to say. Here we go. Here we go. We're already starting.
Lost episode.
Guy has one margarita.
Dude, I had 2 spicy margaritas not too long ago, and we all know where I fucking stand on tequila. I fucking hate it. Like,
Yeah.
I really fucking hate tequila.
Yeah. How'd you feel the next day?
Oh, I don't know, because I probably came back here and drank.
He drank even more. Well, that's the thing. Like when you're going to drink tequila, you have to drink even more after that. So when you don't feel good the next day, you're like, I don't know, was it the tequila or the 7 drinks that I had? I don't know. Can't tell.
I don't think I've had tequila since my father's wedding. His wife's family came from Mexico and they brought a 5-liter bottle of Jose Cuervo. And
Gross.
I guess I blacked out and I tried to fight him at like 3 a.m. on his
I
wedding night.
I didn't even know they made 5-liter bottles of alcohol.
It was fucking huge.
That's like almost a double handle. A handle is 275.
Well, didn't they?
No, 175.
Oh, 175. Oh my gosh. So that is
It's 2 and change.
that is 2 and change.
It was a big guy.
That's like
It
that's like a drink so big you need 2 hands to carry it.
It was very girthy.
Well, wasn't that a thing? Because what's a fifth? Isn't a fifth a liter?
A 750.
A 750 is a fifth.
Yeah.
I never understood.
Do not do simple multiplication. Do not fucking do
No,
simple.
because it's
What is it a fifth of?
a gallon. None of it makes any sense. None of it makes any sense because it's all alcohol is measured in liter, like in the metric system. But then someone was like, oh, it's a fifth because it's a fifth of the gallon, which is the US system. And it's like, what are we doing here, guys? It doesn't make sense. But
I never understood that.
It's a 750. Yeah.
Oh, it's a fifth of a gallon?
Yeah.
Christ. We really are fucking dumb.
Because a handle is rough,
1.75
but it's roughly it's a half gallon.
half gallon.
No, that can't be. Because
It's roughly. I said roughly a half gallon because a gallon is 2.78. So
yeah,
for purposes, you know, we'll call it 2.8, round it up to 3. So 1.75 is just more than a half gallon. But it's, you know, we're talking rough numbers here.
My degrees aren't in math, so I wouldn't.
Yeah. So if you drink an entire handle, you had more than a half a gallon of.
Except if it's Rubinoff, then you should probably not do it.
That's probably one of my biggest regrets was not being there when Jones went to drink that handle of Rubinoff and he was being coached by fucking Ben.
So bad.
And Ben fucked it all up.
I think I was on a pretty good pace too for a while.
Yeah. Didn't you just die after you got like, you know, 3/4 of the way in?
3/4 of the way in, and I was just like, No. No.
Yeah, I don't want to do it anymore.
Forgot that it was made in fucking Worcester.
Yeah. Is it? That's gross.
It was definitely in Worcester County. It was either Worcester or like something like that.
Well, Ruble was Somerville.
Yeah, Rubles is Somerville. Well, the whole of MS Walker. So the MS Walker distribution chain is in Somerville. So that's like Hiram Walker, like all the like peppermint schnapps, Rubles. I'm trying to think of the other ones. Rubinoff.
Oh, it was in Somerville. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's gross.
So,
Would you say Burnett's? Burnett's is Somerville too?
I don't know if Burnett's is.
No. Oh, I thought he meant Burnett's was in Worcester, but I know Rubinoff is Somerville. They all are. It's gross, disgusting.
I mean, either way, like if there's something made in Massachusetts, it's probably.
Yeah, it's probably not that great. Let's be real. Massachusetts is not great.
Somerville or Worcester.
Yeah. I'd rather it be in Somerville.
Probably better off.
Actually, Somerville now.
Somerville now is much better. When we were growing up, I don't know, it didn't need 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. But Somerville's actually rich now. Kind of, in some areas. Yeah, it's like bougie because they redid Assembly.
Oh.
And then the casino brought in a lot of money. So like there's like a solid area of Somerville that's like pretty expensive. Davis Square is now like all, done up nice.
Honestly, it's basically Brookline now because Brookline moved into Cambridge. Cambridge moved into Somerville. Like
Yeah.
That's
fair.
Worcester is still a pile of shit.
Yeah, well, no, they got Polar Park now. We got the Woo Sox.
Yeah.
The Woo Sox are they're gonna fix Worcester.
They're no fucking trash pandas, though. I'll tell you that much.
They are not. All right. So I said this to you guys the other. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna pull out the text message so I get it right. I think this was Saturday night. I texted you guys. Yeah. So I was watching John Wick on TV, and I caught the ending of John Wick 2, which then rolled immediately into John Wick 3. And also I want to throw this out there just to start. I think John Wick is amazing. I'm a huge John Wick fan. But I didn't realize how hilarious the setup for the third movie is. Because I don't think I've watched each John Wick movie probably 1,000 times, but I don't think I've ever watched them like consecutively, like, straight through. So seeing the end of 2 go into 3, and I was like, holy shit, this is hilarious. It's like the end of 2, spoiler alert, but whatever. If you haven't seen it, you go fuck yourself. He gets like kicked out of the assassin world essentially because he killed someone in a spot he wasn't supposed to kill anybody. So then he runs away, like literally runs away, and then it ends the movie. You guys have both seen it, right?
Yeah.
I saw 2 a million years ago.
Yeah. So that's how 2 ends. So then 3 starts and he's like still on the run. Like the opening scene of 3 is the ending scene of 2. So he's literally running with this dog. And then I texted you guys and I go, within the first 20 minutes of John Wick 3, he killed somebody with a book in the library, like a fucking textbook. Got shot and stabbed, went to a doctor, stitched his own wound because it reached a time where like he was excommunicado, which means no one could help him anymore. So the doctor got like 1 stitch in, and then he had to like fix the stitches. He shoots the doctor twice in like areas that like won't kill the doctor. Because the doc's like, all right, well, shoot me like right here. So it's a through and through. And then he just nails him spot on. And he goes, better do one more like right here just for just to be safe, but like don't nick the artery. And he shoots him and it's like perfect spot. Obviously it's John Wick. Then So after he stitched himself up, shoots the doctor perfectly, he found his way into what appeared to be a knife museum. But the beginning,
it's a bunch of old fucking blades.
yes, but the beginning, his first part in the knife museum, there was like a little gun section. So he like found this old like little revolver, and the bullets that were on display wouldn't fit. So he has to like take apart this revolver and rebuild it with other parts of other guns that are there, stick the bullets in. He only has enough time to get one bullet in after he does all this. Guy walks in the room and he shoots him like dead square, like between the eyes. And then he runs into the knife museum part of the museum and proceeds to kill like 15 guys just with random knives that are in this one hallway of this museum. And I was like, holy shit, this is I'm literally laughing. Like I'm like, if someone was to just like observe the situation from like above and not know what was going on, they would think I was a psycho. You're like, this guy is watching Keanu Reeves murder like 20 people with knives and guns and shit, and he's laughing. And I'm like, yeah, it's hilarious because like the setup of it is just wild.
You should probably set that up for Guys Weekend.
What, Keanu Reeves, or just throwing knives at each other?
The knife museum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's hilarious. And then obviously I had to text Finn about it because Finn is our resident movie guy. And he responded and said something along the lines of like, that movie has like the most creative kills in like the history of cinematography or something. Like it's absolutely wild. Like the amount of shit that like they pull off in that movie and the different ways that he kills people. Like he killed a guy with a pencil. Like
that's how it started.
Yeah. It's like they took that joke from the second movie or the first movie, I forget which one it was, and then they just ran with it. And now that's the entire series, is him killing people in creative ways.
I had a 10-year-old one time tell me he had 2 life goals. One was to eat 10 pizzas in one night without any help. The other was to stab someone with a swordfish. So,
all right,
the casting of John Wick, don't give him too much credit. He could walk into a 4th grade classroom. So right when the 4th grade classroom's done fixing the pipeline from a couple weeks ago,
yeah,
they could write all the creative kills in John Wick.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, and this next one, he reaches in the water, grabs a swordfish, and pulls him out and stabs the guy.
I'll fucking die if that ever happens.
Fucking sick.
And I'll know who they fucking ripped it off from. I still know the kid. His father's picture.
If John Wick 4, there's like an underwater fight scene, we all know what's coming.
No, it's gonna happen. I actually just watched last week the 90s Mortal Kombat movies again. And they are so hilariously bad and awesome at the same
They're
time.
amazing.
Yeah.
They're incredible.
They're so bad, they're good.
Yeah. Like the cinematography is just absolutely wild.
Yeah. I forget who I was talking to, but they told me that they watched the new one and they were like, well, they told me it was really awful. And I was like, well, I'm going to have you pause for a second because did you see the originals? And they said no. So I think it was someone that I work with that might be a little bit younger that just never saw the original movies. And they were like, they watched this one and they were like, this movie was so bad. And that's why I was like, well, did you see the originals? Because the originals are pretty fucking bad. Yeah. However, they're entertaining as fuck. And then like I said, it had to have been someone at work. And they just didn't get it. They were like, yeah, no, it was just really bad. Like it didn't make sense. And I was like, well, did you ever play the video game?
Nods. There's a lot of nods to the old stuff. So if like you didn't see the old ones, then you're just not.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like if you never played the video game and you never watched the original movies, then you wouldn't get it. Because I've heard a couple different things. Like I think you and like maybe like 3 or 4 other people I talked to said it was great. Like they were, you know, it was along the same lines as like, you know, it's Mortal Kombat. It's a Mortal Kombat movie, but it was great. And then everyone else I talked to was like, oh, dude, it was so bad.
I mean, you have to like temper your expectations. Like you're not going in to watch like fucking Titanic or anything.
Yeah, you're not going in to watch Avatar. It's fucking Mortal Kombat. It's a movie that they made out of a video game. Not just a video game, an arcade game where you have 4 controls. There's 4 buttons or 3 buttons and a joystick. Yeah, and they turned that into a movie. So if you're complaining about the lack of depth, you're an idiot.
Well, never mind that everything that happens in the Mortal Kombat game cannot happen in real life.
Yeah, there's that too.
Outside of like punch and kick, nothing else can happen in nature.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to be able to like hurl chains out of my fucking arm and tell someone to come over here and like rip their fucking throat out. But
yeah, I mean, I wish I could shoot ice out of my hands. Or
shoot a
fire.
fireball out of my hands. Do a
just shoot a fireball.
Baraka, like
yeah,
spit acid, whatever. I mean, what do you want?
Dinosaurs can do that. We learned that in Jurassic Park. You have to watch out for the ones with the fucking thingies. This guy.
Hoodie guy.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's I don't even know how we got there. I don't know how we got to anything.
John Wick to
John Wick.
Basically violence. Yeah.
Well, we got Bruins. We got Bruins shit to talk about.
We do.
I mean, in classic fashion, they handled the first round nicely. They beat the Washington Capitals 3-1, and they will promptly lose in 6 games in round 2. It doesn't matter whether it's the Islanders or if it's the Penguins. I don't care. They will be beaten in 6 games, and we will all be crushed again, just like every other fucking year as a Bruins fan. Or here's a hot take.
They can't get me anymore.
Here's something. The Bruins will win. So they're either here. I'm going out on a limb here.
Wait, are you about to say that they're either going to win this series or lose this series?
No. But there's more to it. They're either going to lose in 6 or they'll win, and they'll actually play really well, and something will get fucked up with the Canadian teams. And they won't actually be able to like compete in like the finals. And then everyone's going to be like, this is bullshit. It's a fake year. Because none of the Canadian teams could cross the border. They couldn't do anything. Like, if that's the thing, the Bruins will either get knocked out in the second round or they'll play well enough to make it all the way, and then nothing will happen because the Canadian teams won't be allowed to play because Canada still thinks it's April of 2020.
I was actually going to ask you, like, I was under the impression for whatever reason that the Canadian teams were going to play like the central guys, and then we would play like Tampa, or whoever like wins this series would play Tampa. But I don't think that's right, and I don't know what Canada's like doing. Yeah,
I have no idea. There's a decent chance that the Canadian teams might not be able to do anything past their own their own series, like past their second round. Like whoever is the team that wins the North might just be like sitting there with their fucking dick in their hand. Like, what do we do now?
Yeah, the Kings of the North.
Yeah, seriously, cool. You're the king of the North. You know, how'd that work out for Jon Snow?
You can play golf again in Ontario, so they should be fine.
Yeah. They're on like no, they're on like extreme lockdown as far as like travel goes.
Yeah, no, they can't leave.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. So like they might literally have like a winner of the North Division and then not be able to do anything past that.
That's so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
If
Or
that's
it
the
will
case,
have to be, it'll have to be something goofy where like they have to come here and they don't get real home games.
No, there will be no over.
I was gonna say there's no way.
back and forth travel.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. They would have to come here
Yeah, they got to let them out. That's number one. Canada has to let them.
Let him out of the
they-
cage.
and they wouldn't have real home games. They would have to like change fucking locker rooms or, you know what I mean?
Throw him in
Like,
Buffalo or something.
yeah. It would have to be something fucking goofy. That's the only way it would actually work out.
They'll either just play in a different arena or it'll just be bubble again.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. It's so Canadian too. Like you
Yeah.
just want to fuck up a good thing.
Yeah. So I was listening to Ian McMillan on his podcast last week because he was given his picks for the PGA championship and he lives in Nova Scotia. I haven't reached out to him yet, admittedly, to get on the podcast. Maybe I will eventually. But he lives in Nova Scotia and he was talking about how like he doesn't think he's going to be able to leave to get to New York because he just started a new job with a new company that's based out of New York. And he's like, yeah, I'm just working remote for them until further notice because I don't know what the process is like right now to get a visa. They might not let me leave the country. And he's talking about how like, you know, people in the United States are starting to do stuff again. And he goes, nothing is open in Nova Scotia.
You thought Massachusetts was bad.
Yeah, like Canada is like Massachusetts times California, like plus New York.
I would say incest with Seattle, Washington.
Yeah, it's bad. So yeah, like I said, there's a very real chance that the winner of the North Division might not actually be able to get to do anything. And wouldn't that just figure? You know what I mean? Like the year that the fucking Bruins would actually play well would be a year where the playoffs just get fucked up.
I'm sorry, fuck them. They don't. If they can't get out of the country, then they haven't won since 1993, and that's the entire fucking country. You've had plenty of fucking chances. You've had 18 years to prove your fucking worth. And all fucking 7 or 8 or whatever the fucking stupid teams there are can't figure it out.
Yeah.
There's some really good teams in there too.
Yeah, there
Stay the
were.
fuck-
Yeah, what do they got? Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton,
Winnipeg.
Ottawa, Winnipeg, Montreal, Toronto. 7. They have 7 teams.
I mean, all of them have been good in the past 18 years. Like none of them have
Yeah,
been
off
bad.
and on. They've all been.
I mean, Ottawa went to the final in 15? Or they went to the Eastern Conference final in 15 against the Rangers. I think it was around that time.
Yeah, that was Bobby Ryan, right? When he was fucking nasty.
I know Craig Anderson was the goalie.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That was what didn't Bobby Ryan end up having like substance problems? But I think like he was like anointed as like the next guy, and then it just didn't quite work out for him.
No, because he was supposed to be pretty good in Anaheim with behind Getzlaf and Corey Perry. And he was a good player, but then he went to Ottawa. Like, that's not the path to being great. That's
Yeah.
not how that works.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. The one thing I will say though too is I thoroughly enjoy watching Taylor Hall play hockey. Because he's like actually talented.
Not a fucking washed up bum.
Yeah. Yeah. And like so obviously like Bergeron, Pastrnak, Marchand, like they're fucking talented and they all do. Like Bergeron and Marchand more so like they're all around players, like they play defense, they play hard, whatever. Marchand can score, Pasta can just score, and then that's it. Score and turnover and fall over.
Miles an hour.
But like the actual amount of skill and like just the combination of like ability to score goals, like he passes really well. Admittedly, I haven't really been paying too much attention to how he plays on defense because I don't really give a shit.
He's important. He's on Krejci's wing. He doesn't have to play defense.
Exactly. And like him offensively is like a joy to watch because it's like, this is what real talent looks like. And unfortunately, you run into the problem, which ended up fucking the Bruins against the Blues, was you only have one line. So, you know, when the Bergeron line is out there, you're going up against the strongest line of the other team and you kind of get neutralized. So, you know, your best versus our best, more often than not, it's a push. So to have someone as skilled as Taylor Hall on the second line going against like another team's second or third line is fun to watch. It's fun.
You're getting a lot of stuff out of Krejci too, which you haven't seen in who knows how long.
Yeah, since Lucic or Iginla. You know, either of those guys. You know, he just had bums. He had the ghost of Rick Nash. He hasn't had a legit winger probably since Iginla. And then even at that point, Iginla was old.
I think his best winger was probably Horton.
Yeah, well, now you're going way back.
But that was the cup year, right? So,
yeah. Yeah, it was 10 years ago.
10 years, yeah.
Was Iginla 13? Yeah.
No. Iginla wasn't on that team. Yager was.
Yager.
Oh, yeah. I always flip those for whatever reason.
Yeah. So what was Iginla? 15?
I don't know. He was either on the 12 team that lost to Montreal. No, 12 lost to Washington or 14 lost to Montreal.
Yeah. Might have been 14. Because I think it was. Because I think
it was the year after the Cup.
Because I think they brought him. I thought they brought him in after they lost to Chicago.
13-14.
Yeah.
Yep. Year after.
Yeah.
Year after getting 0 goals from Yager, Krejci, Marchand, Sagan. Who's counting though?
Yeah.
Who do you guys have?
Yager like sleeps with fucking women. It's crazy. What a guy.
He just pounds out 19-year-olds.
He's old and has sex with women. Imagine that. Like, wow.
Yeah. He wears funny sunglasses.
What a fucking rock star. So
Jones,
good.
what were you gonna say before?
I said, who you guys got for the Stanley Cup? If Canada can go or they can't go, who do you have?
I mean, honestly, it's Tampa Bay's to lose. Like Tampa's a fucking wagon. Like I saw someone post on Twitter the other day that like Bruins are cruising. They're a fucking wagon. They can't be stopped. It's Stanley Cup. And I go, are you shitting me? Like Tampa Bay is a wagon. The Bruins are not a wagon. Tampa Bay pulled a Bill Belichick and they had fucking Kucherov.
Cap circumvention.
They just had Nikita Kucherov sit out an entire year in the regular season because he was injured. And then the playoffs come around and then he comes back. So for those of you that don't follow hockey, which could be a lot of you out there, Nikita Kucherov is fucking nasty. And they just signed, who'd they sign? They signed another forward in the offseason. I can't remember who it was, but they signed.
I think they brought everybody back, but the fact that they couldn't give him a solid contract, he just mysteriously needed a hip surgery, which brought him the long-term injury reserve.
Yeah. So the way that all they did, realistically, was they pulled a Bill Belichick and they skirted the salary cap because they essentially stashed Nikita Kucherov, who's fucking nasty, on injured reserve for the entire year. So because of that, his salary didn't count towards the cap. And now all of a sudden he gets to come back in the playoffs because now he's healthy. And because it's the playoffs, his salary is still circumvented by the salary cap. So like, it doesn't matter. It's this whole big thing. And the Lightning are just fucking nasty. Like if they don't win, it's a shame.
I would love to see them in Colorado have a series. That would be fun as fucking hell.
Yeah. Dude, holy shit.
Give me Vegas. I think Vegas.
I would say either them or Vegas. That would be fucking awesome too.
That's like the most fun.
Yeah. So Tampa Bay's lineup is fucking insane. I'm looking at it. Their first line is Andre Palat, Braden Point, Nikita Kucherov. And their second line is Alex Killorn, Anthony Cirelli, and Steven Stamkos. That's cool. That's cool, right? I mean, their fourth line is Patrick Maroon, Tyler Johnson, and Matthew Joseph. I don't know who Matthew Joseph is, but I mean, Patrick Maroon's like 75 years old, but like he's good.
He also kicked the cunt out of you in 19.
Yeah. And Tyler Johnson is fucking nasty, and he's your fourth line center. So, you know, they're too good. Hedman, McDonough on defense, Sergachev, David Savard, like they're just it's Tampa Bay's to lose.
Did you see any of the Vegas pregame stuff? Speaking of John Wick.
No, I didn't.
They literally do in pregames the same music in light sequence as when he's in the bar in the first movie.
Oh, really?
Yes. That's one of their pregame things.
That's awesome. I'll have to Google it and watch it. That's
just a fucking
cool.
party all the time. It's like, let's fucking go.
Well, that's what I saw this meme the other day on Instagram, and it was the Broncos are trying to trade for Aaron Rodgers. The Chiefs gave Pat Mahomes a mega deal. The Chargers drafted Justin Herbert, number 6 overall, and the Raiders installed a DJ in their end zone for an endless party.
I think they have a nightclub going in there too. Somebody sent me that.
Yeah, it's in the end zone. But like that was the whole point of the meme, is like the 3 teams in the AFC West are like locking up their quarterbacks because they're all really good, or are trying to, in Denver's case, because there's rumors they're trying to trade for Aaron Rodgers. And then meanwhile, the Raiders are like, yeah, let's throw a nightclub in the end zone because we're in Vegas, because who gives a fuck?
You're just gonna Raider.
Yeah. So I thought that was great.
I also kind of want Nashville, the Predators, to go far because Taylor Lewan is like the fucking best human being of all time.
I do love Nashville, like the team and the place, I guess. But
Nashville Vegas would be a great Western Conference final.
Yeah. They're a fun team to watch and to root for. They get I like watching the teams where like the crowds are fucking wild. So like
the biggest disservice that's happened in the last 5 years is Winnipeg not being able to take that roster and be more successful.
That's what I was going to say.
That rink was fucking nuts. It fits like fucking 10,000 people, so they stuffed 13 in.
Yeah.
They're all on top of each other, screaming the entire time. They're all wearing white.
I'll never forget that. What was that, 2 years ago? We were like in the basement watching the playoff hockey, and we thought something was going on with the TV because we couldn't hear the announcers. Like on the television broadcast, we couldn't hear the announcers because the crowd was so loud that it was going over the fucking guy sitting in the booth.
That's insane.
It was wild. But yeah, Nashville, Winnipeg, and Vegas. Those are fun teams to root for because their buildings are fucking wild. Like their fans love it.
I mean, like people just drink beers out of catfish. Like that's fucking
Yeah.
that's metal.
Shirts are optional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've been there on Broadway in Nashville. That place is fucking wild. It's just an absolute shit show. You know, it's no different outside of the arena than it is in the arena.
So I'm actually trying to go to Vegas probably next year, like January, February. It kind of sucks that I won't see. Like, I'd love to go see a Bruins Vegas game. I think that'd be wicked fun, but I don't think I'm going to be able to see that.
Yeah.
But I'd love to catch a game there.
Yeah, I would be happy watching Vegas play anybody.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah. Yeah, like obviously you would want to watch them play the Bruins, but fuck, I'll take any Vegas game. Let me see here. Oh, we got good news. I've had this on the list for a while. We never really got to it, but this is fun. This is a fun bit of news. The wonderful state of South Carolina, which I must say was on full effect this past weekend for the PGA Championship. They no mask, full fucking packed house. It was amazing.
No way that they only sold 10,000 tickets. No fucking way.
There was like,
we're going to limit tickets to 10,000, except no one ever put in like the total inventory on tickets at 10,000.
Yeah. There was 10,000 people just on the 18th hole walking up to the green.
No way it was just 10,000.
So the amazing state of South Carolina has brought back firing squads as a alternative death penalty. So the people that are on death row,
and the electric chair.
Yeah. So the people that are on death row have been backed up. It's been backed up apparently in South Carolina so badly because people get convicted of some bad shit down there that there's too many people on death row for the lethal injection. So they're now letting them choose whether or not they want to die by firing squad or by electric chair. So that's pretty fucking wild, if you ask me.
Yeah, COVID vaccine too. I'm sure we've got a bunch of those laying around.
Death by vaccine. Nah, man, vaccines are good. Everyone needs to have it. You need it to travel. So
and they're going and people are going to be asking for the cards going into businesses.
Yeah. You're going to have to show your card to get in anywhere. So if you had to choose, which would you pick? Would you go death by firing squad or electric chair?
Yeah, I'm not too keen on the whole electric chair thing. I'll take the firing squad.
Yeah, I think I would too. I don't know if they could short circuit and it's like you're just kind of just like sitting there frying. I know when I was in Oklahoma, there was like a few cases where they did like the lethal injection, and they didn't give them enough, so they're just like writhing in pain.
Oh, good.
I kind of like feel like that could happen with firing squad. I think there's probably a few good shots there.
Yeah,
a couple.
Yeah, I want to go firing squad, but I would need to find out how many people are in the firing squad. If it's like 4, I don't know. I might take the chair. I might take my chances. But if there's like 20, if there's like 20 people shooting at me, one of them's got to have a good enough shot to get the fucking right one, get the job done.
They probably had a roll of quarters back in the day where they played RoboCop.
I was gonna say the electric chair though, they had to get rid of it in a lot of places because it was just kind of lighting people on fire. It wasn't killing them.
Yeah, they didn't wet the sponge good enough.
So
remember that from was it the Green Mile?
Yeah.
Michael Clark Douglas. You have to wet the sponge and put it on their head and then put the thing over on top of it.
So is that a mix between Michael Clark Duncan and Michael Douglas? Or...
Yes. Yep.
He's
That
kind
is.
of like me. He's kind of black and he's kind of white.
He's kind of black, but he's also like 106. Oh no, that's Kirk Douglas.
Guy has one margarita, has no fucking idea who's an actor anymore.
Yeah, I can't even say names anymore.
It's kind of like Norman Lloyd who hit the dust.
Yes. Yeah, you got to take your victory lap.
2 years in a row.
2 years in a row. Did you hit it both years too, right?
RBG and Mr. Lloyd. So this is kind of setting up for, I kind of want to pick me this year. So I can just be
I'm going to pick myself this year.
I'm batting 667. So I'll take this on.
2 out of 3 years ain't bad. Yeah. So who was this guy again?
He was like a playwright and an actor. I honestly just found him because he's a fucking 106 and
you just Google really old people.
He's just really got to fucking go at that age. Like, I don't even want to live till 35.
Yeah, I'm looking at the death pool right now. We might have had some interesting ones in here, but no. So Jones, you already hit with Norman Lloyd.
Don't worry about me. I'm never gonna hit because I fucking suck.
I don't know.
You're missing the point. We all suck. It's just who can actually.
You know what I found out? Whoa! I knocked the microphone down. You know what I found out the other day is that the Rolling Stones. So Sexy Chris picked one of the Rolling Stones. I found out that ever since like the 80s, Jagger and Keith Richards have been getting like young people's blood injected into their body. So for like 40 years, they've been getting young blood like transfused into their body. And I guess they interviewed Keith Richards about it. And he said that, so I'm like paraphrasing a paraphrase, but it was like, yeah. So the first time I did drugs, I got really fucked up. And when I clear out all my blood and I get new blood and I do drugs again, it's like almost back to that feeling. And I'm really just looking for that feeling of the first time I did drugs. So this fucking guy has been getting blood transfusions from like young people for like 40 years just so that he can do more drugs and have.
So he's still getting fucked up on the regular?
Oh, yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Sounds like Mad Max. This happened in Mad Max. They were using blood to like, I don't know, they're like leeching people or some shit.
Yeah, well, that's like a whole thing. Like there's rumors out there that like super rich people like inject themselves with like toddler blood or like young people blood. There was a whole thing with Peter Thiel a few years ago. That was the rumor that he had a blood boy. He had this like, he had this like 21-year-old kid like follow him around all the time and would just get blood transfusions from him. He would just get like 21-year-old blood like put in his body. I mean, he came out and denied it, which could be true. It could not be true. I mean, I feel like that's one of those things you're just going to deny anyway, even if you are doing it. But I mean, that's like a thing that's a theory about these like uber rich people.
So they got to be like vampires, then, right?
Yeah, I mean,
kind of like a weird sort of way.
Yeah, technically, that is kind of vampire-y, right?
Because he probably should have died a long time ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the amount of drugs that he's put in his system between the two,
especially if he's probably like what, close to 80 now. So if he's been doing that for 40 years, he probably should have kicked the bucket naturally, probably 30 years ago.
Yeah, let me see. I'm Googling Keith Richards. He's 77 years old. And I will say he looks every bit of 124. Holy shit. There's a picture of him on Wikipedia from 2018. So that's when he was 74. And he looks to be about 110. Good for him, though.
I mean, if you got the money, like, might as well. Fuck it. You want to live that long, go for it.
Yeah. I mean, if you got the money, you might as well fucking spend it, right? All right, I got a hot take here. Before we look to wrap these things up, this whole shenanigans here. I got a hot take. I was thinking about this today. So, random thoughts while I'm driving on the highway, and I see like all these ads and shit on social media and everything about banning menthol cigarettes and just tobacco in general. Like the tobacco industry is supposedly like failing and all this. I think that weed will be made legal. Or I'm sorry, that's the poor choice of words. I think weed will be removed as a Schedule I drug by 2024. So part of this has to do with, the greatest president of all time, Joseph Robin Hood Biden, or Robinette, whatever the fuck his name is.
I thought you were going to say Ben Franklin.
Yeah.
Ben Franklin's our greatest president, dude.
Well, no,
he invented electricity and freedom.
Well, Ben Franklin was the first president. Everyone else
And
before that, everyone else before that didn't count.
Gerald Ford was pretty good, though. He did invent the car.
This is true. So with the amazing Joseph Robinette Biden banning menthol cigarettes to save Black people and gay people. Apparently the tobacco industry is not doing so well. So what I thought and what I found out was like all these big tobacco companies hold patents for packaging for marijuana cigarettes. So
wow, no shit, huh?
Marlboro owns a patent for like Marlboro Reds, Marlboro Greens, like this whole thing. So my thought is, here's my hot take, is that if this administration is going to really push on tobacco and try and crush the tobacco industry, they're going to use all of their money and all of their lobbyists to push through legislation to remove marijuana as a Schedule I drug, therefore making it not federally illegal anymore and leaving it up to states. So it's not like blanket immediately across the country it's going to become legal, but if they remove it federally, it's already state legal in Massachusetts. So then there would be really no restrictions and no issues or nothing. And then I think the big tobacco companies are just going to pivot and they're just going to become big weed companies.
Papers.
So it's like one of these random things that like, you just think of as you're fucking driving around. And as I listen to like other random podcasts and shit, and I'm like, it's got to be what's going to happen. Like if this administration is really going out of their way to try and crush big tobacco, they're just going to turn around on the other end and use their money and their lobbyists to be like, all right, cool. You want to get rid of tobacco? We don't give a fuck. We'll just pivot and become weed companies because they own all the patents for packaging.
And then they can put like all the crap into the weed and shit.
Exactly.
I don't think that's a great take.
So my hot take is that by 2024, weed will be removed as a Schedule I drug.
I mean, I'm all for that.
Yeah, me too.
I'm 1000% for that.
Yeah.
I don't know why I had to curse it like that.
Yeah, no, it's never going to happen.
It can't come before 2030.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I mean, it all depends. It all depends on how hard this administration pushes tobacco.
No,
Because
stop using logic. You just jinxed it.
the
That's how
tobacco,
the
yeah, no
you
logic,
made a prediction.
no
It
logic at
cannot
all.
come through. Yeah, you made a prediction based on logic and sound reasoning, and thus you cursed it. So for no reason whatsoever, it will not happen before 2020.
Just like the other night when you said it's literally impossible for the Bruins to win an elimination game. So I bet on the Bruins and I won.
Literally,
That's why I sent that meme of the guy writing notes.
Yep.
And I was like, all right.
Oh, that's why you did that. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, he goes, oh, it's literally impossible for the Bruins to ever win their first elimination game. And I was like,
Yep.
All right, cool. I'm going to bet on the Bruins tonight then. And they won. So
I've been talking so much shit about the Bruins. It's great.
I just did that in reverse to, or not in reverse, but I just did the same thing to the tobacco industry. So you're welcome.
Tobacco.
You're welcome, minority and LGBTQ communities. I'm saving you by crushing tobacco.
Is that the death pool for 2022?
Yeah,
Big tobacco.
Yeah.
I wonder if Cools and Winston's will make a comeback. Maybe it'll be the first to weed.
Yeah. Or Lucky Strikes.
Oh, unfiltered, the original.
Yeah. I don't know. Camel. I feel like Camel already has a bunch of shit because they're all right.
You think
Here we go.
Misty
Here we go. I'm gonna pull a Vinny here, but like I was gonna say, Camel is like an Arabian company, right? And like in the Middle East, I'm pretty sure weed is legal.
I'm pretty sure they put it with hashish and stuff.
That's what I mean. So like camels have got to already have something going on. Like, am I in one breath that I am saving the minority and LGBTQ communities by jinxing tobacco? I'm now insulting the Arabian community by assuming that
you're insulting
camels,
someone.
Yeah, that camel
1000%
cigarettes
insulting somebody.
are based out of the Middle East. I mean, there's a fucking camel on the package. The only place that camels exist in the world is in the fucking Middle East, outside of like a zoo.
Gas is gonna go up to like fucking $3.21 a gallon fucking here. Thanks, dickhead.
Yeah. You can just blame me for everything. The fall of big tobacco, the rise in gas prices, conflict in the Middle East. Yeah, anything. You just blame it on me. Go ahead. I can take it.
You're like Jesus.
Yeah, hey, so I'm pretty sure that camels have nothing to do with the Middle East.
Well, if they didn't want
Or
me
Arabs.
to think that, they wouldn't have put a fucking camel on their package. All right.
Owned and manufactured in the United States and by Japan Tobacco.
Japan, huh?
In Japan.
So
Japan owns everything. Like they own Jim Beam too. Like
So the
Japan owns
Japanese are
everything.
racist. Not me. I'm not racist. The Japanese are.
They just hate fucking whales and dolphins. No, cows and chickens. What do they actually hate? Now I can't even remember.
They hated dolphins and whales, and then we made them pivot to cows and chickens.
Yeah.
Oh, so they were just like us.
Yeah, they literally almost hunted whales to extinction. We had to be like, hey, come on. Like, if you don't stop, there's going to be no whales left. They were like, yeah, but we like the fat and we like the oil.
And then no one's going to get the Vancouver Canucks logo reference.
Yeah. It won't make sense. Which I never really understood why there's a whale there. Is there a big whaling community in Vancouver?
There was. I mean, because they like it was
Because they're like
we
on
did
the ocean and stuff.
It was like how Hartford was a big whaling town. Like they used to hunt a shit ton of whale there.
Yeah. Let's go.
New Bedford, Whaling
Whalers.
City, dude.
Isn't that their nickname, the Whalers? Phil?
Probably. I don't know. I know New Bedford's literally like Whaling City. Like that's what they call it. I think there's a golf course there called like Whaling City fucking golf course or something.
All
There's-
right.
There used,
Fuck
to be
off.
there used to be an amusement park called Whalen Park in Iceland, and there is no whales in Iceland. Never understood.
All right. Wikipedia is coming to my defense here. So, although Camel is an American brand of cigarettes currently owned and manufactured by R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company in the United States and by Japan Tobacco outside of the United States, the cigarettes contain a blend of Turkish tobacco. So that's where the Camel comes from. It's from Turkey.
This still has nothing to do with fucking Arabs.
Yeah, Turkey is Muslim.
Because we get a blend of their tobacco. The company has nothing to do with the Middle East or an Arabian. Not even one Arabian.
Yeah, but it's got to be at least one Arabian. There's a camel.
Yeah,
on the
sorry.
fucking
Yeah,
cover.
you're right. Aladdin's out there fucking moving shit on his fucking magic carpet.
That would be like me putting fucking, I don't know. That would be like me putting a fucking elephant on something and being like, yeah, no, this has nothing to do with Africa.
Could it have
Like,
something to do with India?
All right, fuck off. I forgot elephants lived in India too.
Like that's like their biggest thing. Elephants.
Lions. There you go. I put a lion on the cover and be like, oh, yeah, this has nothing to do with Africa. Even though lions only live in Africa. Manny's part lion.
He is part lion. He's also 100% a douchebag.
All right, you want to start wrapping this up?
We can wrap this up.
Jonesy.
So,
yeah, you go. You want to go lead with your final thought, Todd?
I don't know. Should I just go right into Todd?
Yeah,
Good.
I mean,
All right.
it would explain why you've had Todd as your name on this episode.
Yeah. All right. So, at a golf tournament this weekend at the lovely West Bridgewater Country Club, Riverbend. And so before the tournament, I'm looking at our foursome. The combined handicap in our foursome combined is 7. 4 players combined 7 handicap. Like that's fucking good golf. The combined handicap for the group behind us was 91.
Jesus.
So whoever wins this group is probably winning the tournament. But so I get to the golf course and I go out front and the starter, like, when are you off? Like 11:50. Walking? Yep, walking. Goes, all right, well, you're playing with that guy. I think he's riding. Goes, oh, yeah, my son's getting the cart. I'm like, son, what the fuck? I go, I'm not playing with anyone in their fucking son. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, this is fucking weird. And then I'm like, oh, fuck, I didn't go get my score. So I go inside to get my scorecard, and it's one of the guys that runs the tournaments. He goes, hey, so you're playing with a new member to the tour. This is his first event. I was like, yeah. And he's like, he said something about his son riding in the cart with him. I'm like, yeah, he said something like that. He goes, well, we don't allow caddies, so no advice out there. And, like if the kid just wants to ride, no problem, but no advice, whatever. I'm like, here we go. I'm like, of course, it's fucking Riverbend. This is what happens at fucking this place. It doesn't matter that it's the tour. It doesn't matter that my combined group handicap is a 7. This is the type of shit that happens at this type of place. It would never fucking happen at Wiano. It would happen here. This is what happens.
Yeah. It's not going to happen at the Cape Club.
Nope. It's not going to happen anywhere nice. It's going to happen at fucking Riverbend because this is what happens at this place.
Yep.
I played like 300 fucking plus rounds of golf there, and this has happened every single time. So, we get there, we're ready to go, and looking the guy up. This guy Todd is a 2 handicap. He has no teeth. He's got dip or chew all around his mouth. He definitely has like drug addict voice.
Yep.
And he's got an ankle bracelet on.
Awesome.
Dick.
So I know one of the guys, and he's like, dude, this guy's got an ankle bracelet. Like, this thing is fucking huge. Like, what the fuck are we getting into today? I go, I don't know, man. This is gonna be something. So hits his ball on one. He's in play. Hits it in a bunker. Gets up and down. On 5, hits the ball into a different fairway. Gets down for 5. I think he got up and down for 5 again. On 3, hits it onto the cart path, long of the green, chips in for birdie. 4th hole, gets it on the green. He's 1 under through 4. He then takes a driver and hits the ball exactly 48 degrees left on a line. Like, piss missile this way.
Yeah.
Just I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that was like a fucking, that would have killed someone if someone was standing on that green, on the second green. It was in a hazard, fucking 4 miles away. Drops, hits it up by the green, gets up and down for 5. He's even through 5.
Jesus.
I think he parred 6. I think he got up and down again on 7. And I'm like sitting here, I'm like, dude, this guy has one of the best short games I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. I'm like, he has to have made. And I'm looking, like, he's got like halfway decent clubs. He looks like shit. I go, he must hustle people like so badly all the time, like for thousands of dollars or something. Like, talk about like when Lee Trevino's like, oh, there's no rush like playing for $50 when you only got 5 in your pocket. Yeah, how about playing for $5,000 when you have nothing in your pocket? That's what this fucking guy do. So, and Mel, you're familiar with West Bridgewater Country Club.
Yes.
There's a long walk past the clubhouse from 7 to 8.
Yes.
So that's usually when people pop inside. So I get over to 8 and I'm waiting because it's the worst hole ever. So it's a massive backup always. Fucking terrible place.
It's a long par
And
3. It sucks.
Todd is now carrying his bag without his son and without the golf cart. I'm like, okay.
How old's his son?
He's like a teenager.
Yeah.
So it's like, what happens? You lose your caddy? He goes, I don't know what he did, but I think he took the bag off the cart to go inside to piss, and someone stole the cart. So phone, laser, golf balls, all this shit's in the cart, and someone took the cart.
No.
I don't know who. So, like, you know, we're still waiting on 8 since, again, it's the worst hole ever. The kid comes by in another car, and Todd starts yelling at him. He's like, oh, you found the car? He goes, no, there's another one. He goes, we need all our shit's in the other one. Go fucking find the other car.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there wondering, I go, how'd the bag come? Why and how did the bag come off the car?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
how did this happen? Whatever. I'm not getting into it.
Yeah.
So he's yelling at him, and then, you know, we have to cross the clubhouse 4 times. So he's fucking screaming at his kid, go to the parking lot this, go to the parking lot that, blah, 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 whatever, fucking whatever. But this dude was nails with his irons and nails with the short game. He shot like 3 over on the front, hitting the ball all over the Bridgewaters, east, west, regular.
Created a new South Bridgewater, and he hit it there.
But his fucking short game was fucking sick. This guy was really good short game. But that only lasts so long. He shot about a 46 on the back. So I think he went 38-46, something like that.
Wow.
Just could not hit the ball all over the planet.
Well, the back is a lot tougher there.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't hit it well off the tee, like, you're
no
kind of fucked.
Yeah, there's no getting out of it. So, plus, I think he made a 10 on one hole because
Yikes.
it was like first ball gone, provisional gone. You know, hit that fat, hit that. It was a mess. I think he made a 10 on one of the holes. It's like, fuck, that's a big number.
Holy shit.
So, lo and behold, I'm actually playing okay. I mean, I made 3 doubles on 3 putts on punch greens. It was a fucking shit show, but whatever. I'm doing all right.
They had punch greens when they
Yeah,
were holding a tournament.
Yeah, it's riverbed, dude.
Yeah.
This is what happens there.
Yeah.
Like the same thing with the cart. Like, so I don't know why the son took the cart, like the bag off the cart. This wouldn't happen to any other group of people at any other golf course.
No.
And it's like, it's not their fault that their cart got stolen, but no one else's cart would have got stolen that day. This is just not like, it's just like whatever the fuck dynamic is happening here.
Yep.
Just leads these people to this set of circumstances.
Yes. Yeah.
So we're on 17. I think I'm 7 over for the tournament. Again, it's a lot of fucking goofy shots. He hits his ball to like 12 feet on 17 par 3. And then he decides to start trying to give me a lesson. And how, I got the club face open and that makes me manipulate my hands. Meanwhile, all day, I have been hitting the long ball the way I fucking want to. Irons, drivers, was all good. I took one bad swing with a 5-iron and everything else was short game and putting after that. That's where I lost all of my fucking strokes. And it's like I yanked a wedge from 56 yards and made bogey. It was fucking gross. But the irons and the driver has not been the issue here. So he tries to give me a lesson about my irons. He's like, yeah, you're manipulating your hands. Well, next time you're practicing, we'll work on that. You're all right, Todd. Well, why don't I manipulate my fucking hands into hitting this tight? Throw it up in the air, nice draw, right at the pin, threw it to 10 feet. I'm inside it. And wouldn't you know it, he tries to take credit for it. Like, see?
Of course.
See? That was a lot better right there.
Of course.
Like, motherfucker, I didn't do anything you told me. I did the opposite of what you told me. You
Yeah.
told me don't open the club face up, and I actually opened it up a little bit more just to make sure I didn't do what you fucking said.
Yeah.
Then, so I missed that putt. Fucking punch greens. So then we get to 18. I hit my tee shot. And this is probably one of the worst hand manipulations and worst tee shots I hit. And then he says, "See, that was a lot better that time." I go, "Dude, that was the worst tee shot I hit all day." Still in play, still fine.
Yeah.
But it was like the worst display of hand manipulation, which is what I've been working on. Worst display of hand manipulation I've been working on. So, tournament's over. I'm looking up the leaderboard, see where I finished. Finished 4th, credit to me. 1-2 skins, that's $106. So I'm making money on the day. So I look down the leaderboard for my man Todd. Todd shoots 84, so I beat him by 7. Receiving a lesson on the 17th tee with a guy I fucking beat on a day I was hitting the ball good.
By 7 strokes. You didn't just beat him, you beat him by 7 strokes.
Yes. And if he gave me a short game lesson, it's like, all right, well, dude, your nails on the short game. Like, I get it. First of all, you're not supposed to do this in a tournament. That's actually a penalty. I just didn't nail him all.
That's my penalty. I was going to follow up on that too, that you're not supposed to do that during a tournament.
Giving advice is a 2-stroke penalty.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we could have nailed him like 3 or 4 times, but it didn't matter. I mean, he shot 84.
I mean, he's wearing an ankle bracelet. Like, come on.
Yeah. So I check his name, come home, tell Michaela this crazy story about this crazy man that I played with. And what does she do? Gives his name an old Google. Well, the reason he has an ankle bracelet on is because he got into a shootout at a Lowe's parking lot about 14 years ago.
Very nice.
And Oxy and Valium was involved. Painkillers and Valium were involved. So
nice.
Kudos to Todd. You fucking psychopath.
You think this was his first tournament out of jail?
I don't know how long he went to jail for. I couldn't find those details. I didn't look that hard either, but I don't know how long he went to jail for. And I don't know how long he's been.
Probably why his short game was so good, because he's on muscle relaxer.
Yeah.
Well, especially if he's on house arrest, he can't leave his yard, so all he can do is chip.
That's hilarious.
So, in tribute, that is why I was Todd for this episode.
Nice. Because he got in a shootout in a Lowe's, the movie theater, or a Lowe's, the home
Leave the
store.
home improvement store.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
You also would get paired with like the psychopath in the entire fucking.
Why would I get paired? Why would anybody else in this tournament get paired with this guy?
Yeah.
Why? It's like the fucking guy at the Mandarin that went up to Nikos being like, oh yeah, I'm trying to score some fentanyl today. Nikos is like, why do the weirdos come up to me?
Yeah. Yep.
Why does the guy in the ankle bracelet find me?
Yep.
How does this happen?
Yeah.
And of course, like, I'm his best friend. Like, he gravitated to me. Like of course, he's gonna give me the light. He's gonna help me out.
Hey, birds of a feather flock together.
I guess I'll see him at the fucking Bay Club on June. I guess. He'll get his ass kicked off the tour. There was one guy, big dude, like big guy. I thought he was gonna kill him. I really, really thought he was going to murder this man and his son. Probably in just double murder. I thought he was gonna. I really thought he was gonna make this father and son at the same time eat long irons, like just like down the like,
fatality.
He was fucking pissed. So he's playing Marshfield on Wednesday. So the day before this comes out, I'm guessing that'll probably be his first and last. Because the other thing too is like these shits are expensive. Like I'm on Stimmy money, so I can play a little bit more. But like, dude, this guy's not gonna he's not gonna pay his bills. Like, no way. Like the audacity that this guy's gonna pay a bill is fucking insane to me.
Yeah. You got in a shootout in a fucking Lowe's parking lot. Like how?
Oh, it's crazy. I'll send you guys the link because I don't want to publicly shame the guy because he really can't defend himself. But I'll send it to you.
That's awesome. Jonesy, you got a final thought?
Yeah. So again, for whatever reason, the day before I come on with you guys, I just can't sleep. I never have a hard time sleeping.
It's because you're so excited to get on the show.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see you guys. So I was watching YouTube. I came down here. I rolled around in bed for 2 hours and fall asleep. And I just popped on YouTube and caught an interview with one of my favorite musicians right now. And they were just talking about like people talking about like music in general, like metal music in general, and how like people are so quick to judge on metal music. And it just got me thinking, like, even in my own life, like I have like this tattoo of, it's actually him, and it's kind of like an upside down cross guy.
Oh yeah.
And like I've like shown a few people it, and they're like, oh, so are you a Satanist? Like, do you worship the devil? Like, how many like kids do you have in your basement? No, I'm not that. No. So I'm just kind of like wondering, when, if ever, we had the ability to think critically, when did we lose that? Like, why are people so quick to judge? Like, if you listen to, I don't know, Gorgoroth or Mayhem or whatever, and you have like outlandish tattoos, why do people always think that you're just like this fucking sociopath? You know? And it was interesting too that he brought up like all of like, there are not a whole lot of bad things that have happened in humanity in the name of Satan, other than like a few church burnings in Scandinavia. And it wasn't even really for Satan. It was just because people wanted Christianity to fuck off. But then you have like every war ever is for in the name of God, you know?
Right.
And people just refuse to think that like, they just don't want to think critically and like, oh, like maybe this person isn't really that bad of a guy just because he subscribes to, like, maybe he just likes this music because it's fucking good, or it's just a cool image, you know what I mean?
Or maybe it just does it for him. Like, people like different things. Like, there's people that like fucking country music. There's people that like Spanish salsa. There's people that like reggae. You know what I mean? There's people that like classic fucking smooth jazz. Like it's just what you like.
Yeah, and they're
It's,
so
it's,
like
it's just what sounds good in your ears.
Yeah, like I remember like one of my best friends, like I showed him that tattoo, and he's like, "Oh, so when did you start worshiping Satan?" Like, have you listened to the band? It's Kiss. It's 2000s Kiss.
Yeah,
What,
yeah.
like think a little bit more critically and know like who you're talking to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Right. That's the thing too. It's like coming from someone that actually knows you.
Like I've known the kid 15 years.
Like someone that knows you to be like, oh, dude, when do you start worshiping Satan? I'd be like, do you fucking know me at all? Actually, because like that's not it. It's just, and that's the thing. You like the band, you like the music, you have a tattoo, like whatever.
I mean, I have cats, so that probably says something about me. But...
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. That time we burned down all those churches, that's when I thought you were going to be a Satanist with me when we listened to death metal.
Yeah. What was that one? That was like that like 5 times, right?
Yeah, the time we tried to start a fire in the living room.
Yeah.
The Dudesons.
It was cold out.
It's just like I don't even know why it like really bothered me that much. It's probably because I was just really fucking tired, but I was like, yeah, you know, this makes sense because like Bobby, like you've been listening to the same shit I have for millions of years. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I just tell people I'm a fucking psychopath. That's I tell them 2 things. I go, I listen to death metal because I'm a psychopath. That's what they want to hear. And then I say, but never listen to Norwegian black metal. That's off limits. It's too much.
You got to draw the line somewhere.
Yes, and I draw it at Norwegian black metal. Also, Norwegian black metal isn't good. It's like they play in like drop W. It's like there are no. It's like no music. It's just tones, and it's like it sounds like what the Dirt would play. No, it's just like so heavy that it's nothing.
Yeah,
like, seriously, it is.
Yeah,
just lacks sound.
Like, the lyrics are so like the growling is so heavy that it's like, dude, there's nothing to this. There's no anything. There's nothing. It's just growling and drop fucking whatever the fuck they could get the instruments to. Never mind. It's like people like fucking Gal, who's a fucking. He's a Satanist, but he's gay, and he's not a Satanist, but it burned down. I don't fucking know. It's too much.
I mean, even like today, like I was like talking with my boss, and he's like, "Hey, like when did you get like this tattoo?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I decided to take like a mental half-hour break. I need to feel pain, so I just got a tattoo." And he's like, "Oh, well, usually when I need to take a break, I just play with my kids." I'm like, yeah, but I like tattoos.
Yeah.
So. Kids are stupid.
What's that?
Yeah, no, see, this is the thing, though. People, I think because of my job, they have to hear me speak, so they've come to know that I'm fucking nuts. So when I come at them with shit like this, it's not unexpected, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I set very, very good expectations because I don't even work but I work for myself, so I can do this.
Yeah.
Like if I worked somewhat corporate too, no one would know a fucking thing about me. Fuck that. No way. If I worked for a big company, these people would barely know my fucking name.
Yeah.
I would keep to my fucking self. I would not talk with these people about work. I'd be the fuck no, not a fucking chance. So yeah, then, yes, when naturally something came out, it's like, oh yeah, no, I listen to death. Like Disturbed, I'm like, no, that's like kind of easy listening.
Yeah. Disturbed is not death metal.
Like, yeah, I usually like, Finnish death metal or Swedish.
It was like even like one of those things today. He's like, "Why aren't you on Facebook?" Like, I was looking you up the other day. And I couldn't find you. I'm like, yeah, because I don't want anyone to know about me. Like, if I want you to know something about me, I'll tell you.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah, and it's like that's the thing is like even at the golf course. So obviously I have a membership, but Todd notwithstanding, like I don't want to be associated with like sometimes I just want to be left the fuck alone.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
like
that makes
there's definitely times like you go out on the golf course and you're like, I'm just trying to play. Like
no,
don't
but it's
I'm
like
like
it's not even like times golfing because I don't mind playing golf with someone, but I'm not fucking chumming it up at the bar. I'm
yeah,
not fucking chumming it up after and like getting on
yeah.
the group text and like so we can talk about fucking God knows what and then have that be a whole fuck that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, that's kind of what I was getting at. Like same. Like I don't care. Like I enjoy playing with people as just as much as I enjoy playing alone. That's not the problem. But the whole thing is like, I don't know, don't expect me to like fucking spill my life story on the golf course. Like I'm
No, because then I'm not gonna I'm not gonna live up to like what you think.
yeah.
Because yeah,
But
I have
also
tattoos and I listen to death metal and I fucking hate people and
right. But I look at it too, like also like I'm here to golf. I met you by happenstance. Like if it's like a random person, even if it's like the group of us, like we can go out and like we might go like a hole and a half without saying anything. And like I don't give a shit because I'm playing golf. You know what I mean?
Just trying to do your thing, and it's whatever.
Like if I wanted to hang out and shoot the shit, I'd come to your house and
yeah,
do
but
that.
it's like again with random people, it's like, dude, I don't want to hang out with you people. Like,
yeah, I don't know you. You're not my friend.
it's what the fuck? Fuck. There's a great quote in Role Models too, where it's like, yeah, we're fucking. It's something like, dude, we just work together. Like that's it. Like, dude, we play
Yeah.
golf at the same course. That's it.
Yeah.
That's where the similarities end.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what people don't get because then it's like, oh, this is weird. Let me default to being a retard. Yes, default setting, retard.
Yes. Got it. All right. I got a final thought here. I got a would you rather. So for you guys, would you rather live through a zombie apocalypse or a robot takeover?
Both scenarios I live.
Sure.
Bummer, dude.
Yeah, that's a.
That
I'd
doesn't
probably
fit my
say
agenda.
robot takeover just because everything would probably be a lot more functional. Where you just have like fucking window lickers just at your window constantly.
That is true. Like, how's a zombie supposed to like fix your HVAC system?
They serve no purpose. At least with like the robot takeover, they're just doing shit for me.
Yeah, so you guys took it in a different direction. Originally, I had this as like what do you think you have a better chance of getting through? And I went zombies. Like cuz I ain't outsmarting no robots. So, but I can outsmart
I'll just go to a body of water.
I can outsmart plenty of fucking zombies.
Yeah, but zombies are like they're like undead crackheads.
Yeah, well, I'm not talking about like the I Am Legend zombies though. Those are like zombies. Those are zombies on steroids. Yeah, Call of Duty zombies is exactly it.
They're crackheads and they fucking travel in packs.
Yeah.
I mean, robots, I mean, they can get destroyed with almost anything.
Yeah.
I don't know, not if you're Ultron.
Yeah, but was Ultron a robot?
Yeah, of course he was.
Hey, he wasn't. He's a robot.
A robot? I don't know.
How is he not a robot?
AI, and then he ended up in some body. And...
Give me your evidence that he was.
Yeah.
I didn't see any wiring.
Yeah, he's all kinds of wires. He's made out of wires and metal.
He has AI. Like
1,000. Isn't Ultron? Yeah, but Ultron's not a robot though. He's an AI in the No,
what defines a robot?
Like R2D2, dude.
I mean, they're kind of the same thing. They're just different
is this
level.
Okay, so just like I guess we're defining. I'm thinking fucking stupid blocky robots that I could just throw a bucket of water at, like they're gonna fuck off. So you're talking like iRobot shit.
Yeah, like robots.
Like the fucking dogs that they have in Boston.
I'm thinking 1970s R2D2. We're not talking about the same thing. Stop saying, yeah, dude, fucking robots.
We'll try and bust a fucking robot.
Oh, dude.
He was, though.
Wikipedia says he's a robot. I guess he's a robot.
Well, like,
that's in the comics, though.
What else would he be? Like, if he wasn't a robot, what is he classified as?
Well, sometimes he's referred to as a synthezoid. How about that?
That could be just a synonym for robot.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like that's robot with more letters.
It's a highly intelligent robot.
Where's Finn?
Dude, he's not a fucking robot. He's a synthezoid.
I'm a synthezoid.
No. Synthezoids are too advanced.
Okay, so my final answer to what I'd rather the zombie apocalypse that I'm living through, which is what you asked the first time. And I know you transferred the question back because I feel like the robots I'm more likely to just be like enslaved, and that seems annoying.
Yeah.
And the zombie apocalypse, I either survive and I'm king of these fucks, or I don't, and it's not my problem anymore.
That's fair.
That is fair. I'll probably go with that too.
Yeah.
I don't want to be enslaved. I'd rather just listen to Enslaved. I'm sure the robots will have like fucking Ricky Martin or fucking U2 or some fucking bullshit thing I have to listen to.
Coldplay.
So they're gay robots.
Yeah. That was funny. I heard on a podcast today, they were talking about that movie, Superbad, and how it would never fly in this world today because there's an entire scene of Paul Rudd and is it Jonah Hill or Seth Rogen? I forget who it is. Who's the counterpart in that scene?
Are you talking Superbad?
Superbad. Yeah. There's an entire scene in Superbad where
Paul Rudd in Superbad?
Yeah. They go, how do I know you're gay? Because you
know
like
that's
this.
4-year-old.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This is 40-year-old version.
40-year-old version. That's what it was. They're like, oh, you know how I know you're gay? Oh, it's because of this. Oh, you know how I know you're gay? Oh, and then they're like, oh, because you like Coldplay. But like, you would never be able to have a scene where two guys sit there for like 4 minutes going back being like, you know how I know you're gay? Like, you couldn't do that right now.
That's what we do every fucking time we hang out.
I mean, that's what we do.
Yeah.
But like,
you are not representative of the.
We are not making movies out of Hollywood.
That actually would probably be a pretty good movie. It probably would make a lot of money out of the shit.
Clean sweeps. Let's go, Finn.
Yeah. Someday we got to get clean sweeps going.
Was that part of the lost episode? That wasn't it?
I think so.
We were all sitting there like of how good of an idea it would be. And I'm like, and then I was like, dude, like, let me know if you want help with it. Like, I actually know how to write. It's like, I'm sitting there blackout drunk talking about how by the fact that I literally know how to put words into a coherent document even. Oh yeah, I can write a screenplay, no problem.
Yeah. How hard could it be?
Yeah. How hard can it be to write a fucking screenplay? I know how to type words into again in a word processor in a readable format.
Yeah. I know English.
My language as well, dude.
Yeah, I speak so good. Yeah, that's man. I think Finn might have started it actually. Or did I start it and then I sent it to Finn? I feel like somewhere
Finn had this idea in like high school.
Yeah, I feel like I had this thing, like I've seen it. I mean, I could have just made this up in a drunken stupor too. God knows, I've done worse. But Like, I feel like I've seen like the title page of like clean sweeps. I don't know.
I feel like you might have started making it.
I could have. A Sarcasm Speaks production.
Well, that was going to be our first major production.
Yeah. Finn, you got to get on that shit. You're fucking slacking, dude. All right. But either way, that's going to do it for us. So thanks for watching. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to click the thumbs up, which would be there, under there. And then click subscribe, which I think is over here. And write a comment, leave us a review, do all that fun jazz. Subscribe. Yes, buy a fucking t-shirt, like right there. Jones is supporting the brand. No one cares. Shut the fuck up. That's our t-shirt. When you see people wearing it, yeah, and the coaster. Look at that. Look at that high quality shit. I told you we make this shit ourselves. We put love into every stitch.
Definitely don't offsource it to China.
Yeah. We definitely don't have it drop ship from some random warehouse somewhere that we don't know where it comes from. So go to the merch store on the Instagram page, which is at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. Click the little link tree button, the link in our bio, and it'll take you to our merch store and go buy something. Subscribe to us wherever you're listening too. Keep spreading the word. Tell everybody you know about the show. Leave us 5 stars on iTunes. Write a review. Go over to the Twitter sphere and follow us at sarcasm_speaks. And then head over to Facebook and follow us over there too, because we're Sarcasm Speaks over there. So until next time, good night.